Stop that. I hear him chat from the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the walking. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls let it tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch my please use caution. Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in the cage, I'ma let out the sheets. You can't go one man, forget my peace. You take the west side, take on the east. I'ma put him in the cage, never let out the. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Not so tough, but man's keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let it tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch my please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
You know, as I get older, two things happen to me with my relationship with baseball. Number one is I don't know what's happening. I don't watch any of these games. Most of the names I recognize are the sons of players that I knew from a yesteryear, right? And at the same time, I've discovered a deep love and affection and a desire for my Instagram algorithm to continue giving me baseball videos. Like these videos of like Barry Bonds talking about the good old days and Greg Maddux and like all that stuff. I'm here for all of it. I was watching one about Ken Griffey Jr. talking about like the first time he turned his hat backwards or whatever. I'm fascinated by all this stuff. I love it when it pops up into my thing. Sometimes they're talking about like stuff that happened in AAA. And
so is this just is this just an extended version of the 90s baseball game? Is it just because of nostalgia, or could it be like a player from 2015 telling you a story and you're like okay with it?
Sometimes it's a player from 2015 telling the story. I just like the stories. The stories are really interesting. It seems like baseball players have interesting stories.
Do you think it's because you're now like learning something about the game as they're telling you that story? No. Because you maybe don't know it on that intimate of level to where they're giving you their expertise, or is this just they're good storytellers? Because to me, this is sort of similar to how like there are a lot of basketball fans who tangentially follow it only through trades and rumors and aren't actually watching basketball.
Right. Yeah, no, it's absolutely the same variety as that. I guess the basketball equivalent would be, imagine if someone discovered basketball or rediscovered their love of basketball through Jeff Teague stories. Like it's not even like you grew up on Jeff Teague playing, but Jeff Teague telling stories about things that happened, and then he walked into practice.
It doesn't even have to be Jeff Teague to me, because like I'm watching videos and it's like, wow, this Tom Gugliotta guy was a problem, and they basically just like break down his entire game.
I don't
like, Tom Gugliotta.
No,
I'm not.
Just
I mean,
That's
you
long
said
ago.
Barry Bonds earlier. You're gonna go with Jeff Teague as a comparison?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, my thing is this. I just use Barry Bonds because it's on the sheet, and that's the video we're going to throw to in a second. But it's not what Izzy just said. I could care less about, like, and this is why Jeff Conine was so good. Look at his location. Like, I'm not here for that. I'm not here for any of that. I don't care. But I do care about Jeff Conine telling a story about how one time I was getting drunk with John Rocker, and then so-and-so.
What?
Like, I know. I'm just saying, like, whatever names, or sometimes it could be names that I don't know. It was Mike Chibiata, and Mike Chibiata came in and said, "Hey, man, who took my pizza?" And like,
so what you're
John
saying is like
Campbell
Rob Nen needs a podcast.
is he a good storyteller?
I don't know.
Well,
But one
that's
of
the
that
thing.
level of player, like we need like a Jeff Teague caliber of player, a former big leaguer who was either a borderline all-star or an all-star once or twice, that type of level of big leaguer. If a few of those guys started podcasts and just had a bunch of old big leaguers coming back, Joey Votto actually would be the guy to do
Kevin
this.
Millar.
Ooh, Kevin Millar's a fun one.
I've seen him on what's his name podcast with Julian Edelman's podcast, and he seems to have
Millar's
good stories.
great.
He seems to have good stories.
Because he's played with so many like legends of the game,
Yeah.
and was part of the 2004 Red Sox, so he's got that whole tie.
Is there any way I can learn more about that team?
Yeah, you can watch a documentary about it. It was
Where?
produced by Meadowlark Media on Netflix.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What's this Barry Bonds video?
So apparently, and I'm going to let the video guys cue it up, but there's a video about Barry Bonds talking about hitting 100-mile-per-hour fastballs. And to me, it's like, see, the exception to your Gugliotta thing is I saw a series of videos that T-Mac was doing like 2 months ago. He did like 3 or 4 of them, and then he stopped. But it was basically like, this is what I was looking for every single time. The moment the defender does, like, if it's Tom Gugliotta telling me this, now I'm in. But if it's like some nerd who's trying to tell me, like, I watched every single Tom Gugliotta game. Like, I don't care about people breaking
But it wasn't, and by the way, we're going to have to vamp for a while because I was just told nowhere back there is this video.
Why do we have a sheet?
But the thing that gets
What
me about
sheet?
those videos, the thing that gets me is just the wow factor. They're like awed. It's like when you have these like kids listen to like Nirvana for the first time or Smells Like Teen Spirit. They're like, wow, this is a banger. And so they're just like, oh my goodness, look at this Gugliotta. He had a drop step. He had a jumper. I was like, come on. Like, how
I
do
hate
you
those
not
videos
know?
too. I hate those videos too.
Why?
Where it's like, kid listens to Enter the Sandman for the first time. Like, okay, whoa. Like, oh, shut up. You've heard this song before.
Juan Soto was on a podcast with 2 other Hispanic guys, and they were talking in Spanish, so Juan was able to actually like go through things.
Are we
in,
sure
like,
it
his
wasn't
native
Paul
language.
Goldschmidt?
It was 100% Juan Soto.
Clean-shaven Paul Goldschmidt.
It wasn't, because he was throwing in Dominican slang, which I thought at that time Paul Goldschmidt, that picture of him was Dominican, but it wasn't.
right.
So Soto's talking about an at-bat that he had against the Guardians in the playoffs or something, and he's talking about how a guy threw him a slider this way, and he waited, he hit a foul ball. He threw him the nastiest changeup he had ever seen. He swung it, hit the foul ball, and he knew at that point, okay, I got you. You threw me your best 2 pitches. There's nothing that you can do. So he's like, all right, I sat on the slider. It came back. He's like, the only one they hadn't thrown me was the fastball. So he threw it up, and I smacked it out of the park. So he's talking about it with these 2 guys, and he's like, I knew exactly when he threw me that changeup that was the nastiest pitch I've seen, and I hit it, it was over for him.
This is what I was saying, Amin, about like learning about the game, because I think part of this is when you hear these stories, when you hear these guys talk about singular at-bats that they remember. There was this documentary with Barry Bonds and Greg Maddux where it was really about, it was a Greg Maddux documentary on MLB Network, but they broke down this singular at-bat where he gave up a home run to Barry Bonds. And it was a similar conversation to what you're talking about, Tony, where they're going through each pitch and the sequencing and why they know, all right, now the count is 2-1. This is the pitch he's going to throw me. It's why I'm going to hit a home run. And these are the things that if you're just, watching the game casually and don't really know, you don't understand like the chess match that's happening each pitch, where Greg Maddux was not only setting up a singular at-bat, he's throwing pitches in the first at-bat so that when he faces Barry Bonds the 3rd time in the game in the 7th inning, he has him off balance. That's the stuff that, to me, like, I eat up.
See, Jeremy, but like you're like, did you learn anything? I'm like, it's not about learning. It's just I like hearing these 2 great players tell me the story of how they navigated this thing.
Right.
And so we've got the video queued up. He's actually talking to Stack and Matt Barnes on All the Smoke.
100-mile fastballs pitched to you today. You hitting any of them out?
100? That's easy.
Right now, today.
I don't care how hard you throw a baseball.
They gone.
There ain't no way you can throw a baseball 66 so I can't just do like this. If there's a catcher behind home plate that sits like this,
I
with a
agree
glove,
with him.
and you throw 100 miles down, he just go like this. Boom,
I agree with him.
Boom. All I did was change this object to a bat. Boom. Boom. I ain't got to change nothing. I just changed the object.
Right now.
Now, if you're asking me to do something spectacular, that would take time for my body to get used to it at 60.
But just going up there.
But to go up there and hit it,
like
I
riding
don't
the
care
bike.
how hard you throw
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
As long as I can see it, I hit it.
How good is his eyesight?
Is that the insight that you were like, are you shocked by that? Like I can just put a bat in front of a 100-mile-per-hour pitch and it'll go the distance?
Well, he didn't say
I don't
go
know
to
what the
distance. He
distance
said
is.
hit it.
No, put bat on ball. I mean, you could bunt it.
Yeah, he said I can hit 100 mile per hour.
Is it
He
an
didn't
age
say-
thing too? Like him at 60 still being able to do it? Because like Dr. J, famously on his birthday every year, goes and dunks it to prove he can dunk it.
Marcus Johnson
Not
too.
every year.
Well,
It's been a little
you know.
bit for Dr. J doing the dunking thing.
come on.
Marcus Johnson does that every year.
Well, Dr. J is trying to pretend like we ain't noticed.
He's lost his step. Is that what you're saying?
75 years old or
Prove
whatever he
it,
is.
prove it, Dr. J.
Juju, put it on the
Prove
poll. Has Dr. J lost his step?
I'm just saying, it used to be an annual thing. I guess lockdown, but it's a different Dr. J now, and he's trying to pretend like the last memory of Dr. J is Duncan for Tony. Just saying. Maybe he's tried and he failed, and he's like, let's not put that one out.
Of course, you wouldn't like that. Yes, you just stopped doing the video.
Oh, I
He
can't do it
he
anymore,
should
guys.
Be
You
honest.
got
He's
me.
like, okay, the year is 63. When you're 63, you can't dunk anymore.
Well, guess
it would
what?
be helpful.
Let's have Dr. J on as a guest. Matt Sullivan, get us Dr. J as a guest so we can just ask him one question and he can go on his way.
When was it? I mean, this is a very important data point for
the last
ballers
time.
like Tony and I.
How old is Marquez Johnson? Is it Marquez or Marcus?
Marcus Johnson is. He's got to be around Dr. J's age, maybe a little younger. He's a little younger because his prime was in the 80s and Dr. J's was in the 70s. So whatever Dr. J is, he's probably about 10 years,
How
8
tall
to
is he
10 years
now?
younger. Marcus Johnson,
Yeah.
still like 6'8",
How tall is Dr. J?
6'6".
Are we sure? Because don't we shrink a little bit as we get
Gravity
to those
gets
ages?
us on the
Maybe.
way down. Yeah.
Marcus Johnson
those 2
is
inches
69
would
years old.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can this is a video I know we have already. So
Look, there's Dr. J
Dr.
checking
J's
at
at 74, guys. Come on.
74.
Yeah, but how old is that video?
How old is Dr. J right now?
That's a good way to
that's
do
what-
this.
that's how we do math.
You are a sleuth. Hang
He
on.
is 75 years old.
All right.
Last year.
That was last year.
Last year,
Let's
Mike.
go.
No. Where was the video from 75 years old?
that video's from 6 months ago. Can we check how tall the rim is, though? How high it is?
Oh,
Is it
It's not 10.
What
It's
are you
not
doing
10.
there? What are
He
you
turned
doing?
75 on February 22nd. So
didn't see the video.
It's been 3 weeks.
It's been cold. It's
Even
been
though
cold.
he's at a
It's been a
gym.
bit chilly. Yeah.
He's like Stugotz. He's got
What's the
You gotta
weather?
warm 'em up.
I need the video because now the age is 75. That's a tipping point.
I also believe entirely in what Barry Bonds is saying, by the way.
All you gotta do is see it, right?
I think Barry Bonds, probably on 5 teams in baseball, could be a designated hitter against right-handed pitching. Because in the modern
he knew what
modern
was
game,
coming.
if his eyes are still the same as they were, because this game has become so much about home run, strikeout, or walk, and he had the greatest eye in the history of the sport. So at the very least, he'd basically go first pitch swinging on fastballs and try to occasionally hit one out. He might hit 10 homers in a season by lucking into it. But his eye was so incredible that I bet his on-base percentage could be good enough that there are some teams in which he could be an effective designated hitter against right-handed pitching only.
They are not going to walk him.
You don't think so?
No.
All right.
Jeremy, what Jeremy's doing is the old Bill Russell, which is someone's asked Bill Russell once, like, hey, how would you do in today's game? And Bill Russell said, oh, probably about like 12 points, maybe 10 or 11 rebounds. And the guy's like, wow, like you think the speed of the game would affect you that much in the athleticism of the modern game? He's like, well, yeah, I'm 75 years old.
Exactly.
Right? That's what you're doing right there. It's like, Barry Bonds, how would you do in today's game? Oh, probably about 10 homers. Really?
You forget how good he was,
Dude,
man.
but like that's the thing I wish I had a large enough show where I could be like, we're gonna get Barry Bonds as a guest, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do an eye chart.
Oh,
And I'm just gonna be like, yo, read the lowest line that you can. I want to know how good his eyes are.
This is a weird sports science reboot.
I know, right?
It's that and forcing a 75-year-old Dr. J
To dunk
because his annual video is 3 weeks late.
There you go.
By the
Dude,
way, we can't let Jeremy get away with people don't remember how good Barry Bonds
People don't
was.
remember
They
that.
don't.
No matter how good he is, you
crazy.
can't remember how good he was.
Just
don't.
listen to this
People
show.
don't remember
mention
how
Barry
good he was.
Bonds, and Dan will go on a
People don't remember.
diatribe.
well, Dan remembers.
Yeah.
Like
Only
that.
Dan.
That's like the North remembers.
People forget
right?
Muhammad Ali, good boxer.
Yeah.
People do forget. Hey guys, I did my annual thing. Speaking of things that happen annually, every year, roughly around this time, on the other side of the All-Star break, before we get to the playoffs.
Can we put it on the poll?
Sure.
Do people forget how good of a baseball
Yes.
Barry
What
Bonds
What
was?
I've realized is what I meant to say was in his last season when his body was breaking down and all of that. But I realized that what I now said was, oh, people don't remember that the greatest hitter of all time was good at baseball.
That Gretzky guy.
That
I
now
mean,
takes over for Stugotz.
That's on me.
Wow, they won some stuff in Edmonton, huh? People don't remember that.
No. Did he say that for real?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Even though Wayne Gretzky is the GOAT, he should know everything about the GOATs. People don't remember. He won in Edmonton.
People don't remember. I always feel like it's code for I don't remember sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? That's what you're doing. You're
Yeah,
like, I
lump
forgot.
everybody in there.
Yeah, it's in everyone else. It's like when Dan asks, why aren't people asking
I'm going to find some
questions?
stats from that last season so you guys can see what I was talking about.
Okay, the video that we played was from 11 years ago
Of Dr. J?
of Dr. J. That wasn't when he was 74. That was when he was 63 years old.
Wow.
So,
Who's out here doctoring video?
well, that was a real video. I get the joke. That was a real video, but he wasn't 74 when he did it.
See, can't believe everything you see on the internet, kids.
Update for me. It was uploaded 6 months ago, not taken 6 months
Yeah.
ago. Apologies, America. There is a video that I know is relatively recent. We just got right, by that video. I got so bad, and I'm so glad that Tony's wearing a Team USA hat because it made me think of it. We touched on it at the top of Oddball, so sorry about repeats here if you've heard this. But, Mike, you tell me, should we play the video that has a fake element to it first and then explain why I got? I don't even have to explain it. It'll be very easily. Or should we explain it first and then play the video?
Play the fake video.
Play the fake video.
It's a real video.
It's a real video.
It's a real video.
It's a real video.
Fake element.
It's
There's a
fake.
fake element in
There's a
there.
fake element in the video, and I believe that whoever put this out decided to wait a good amount of time from the Olympics until now, because I'll give you a little insight into what the video is. I believe I saw the video during the Olympics.
Yes.
Okay. I believe I saw it, and it was not memorable.
Yes.
Right. So that's why when I saw what I saw the other day, I was like, okay, I don't remember any of these answers. I don't remember the video at all. And then by the end of it, I was still certain that it was I shared it with my sister. I shared it with Anthony, and I was just like, this is wild. And I'm vamping here because we don't have the video yet, but this is how badly I got though, because as I'm talking about it, the first person I told it to knew. It was one of the producers on Oddball. He knew exactly what I was talking about. He let me get to the end of the story before he was like, yeah. I
That's
knew that
how
the
you
whole
found
time.
out it was not real?
That's how I found out.
I thought you just knew because by the end of the video, it's pretty obvious.
Play the video.
Play the
How
video.
old were you when you lost your virginity?
19 years old. Freshman in college. It took me that long. Davidson College. Feed 2 hands. It was a loud day on campus that day.
Started late.
Yeah, I started late.
17? Probably the last one here.
14? No, that's cap. 15. 15 going on 16. The summer before my sophomore year. My dad has it on video.
2 years old? Nah, I was 14. Yeah, 14. I was 13 years old. 13 maybe? 13. I'm 13. 13 years old.
12? 12 or 13?
11? How tall were you at 11?
Probably 6'6".
I was so floored. I was like, well, wait, here, let me give you my thinking on this, all right? So for those who don't know, wait, is it obvious what the actual question was to everybody?
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
So when
LeBron's lying.
when I first watched the video, I'm saying to myself, oh, they're obviously starting with Steph. Because if Steph answers the question, everybody else will answer the question, right? So I'm like, okay, Steph, and this one where Amin got me with the 2 hands, 2 feet.
2 feet.
I'm thinking it's just he's just counting how old he is on both hands. He needs both hands and both feet to count how old he is. The part that I didn't listen to is a loud day on campus that day, which I should have said. Why does all of campus know that Steph Curry has lost his virginity
Giveaway
today?
was just how cool they were with the question. Steph was like, yeah, no, this is like a regular post-game question.
Exactly. And then here's the other dead giveaway. When Tyrese Halliburton said that my dad has video of it, but I'd also heard some weird shit about his dad, so I was like, wait, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna have to see
shots
the video.
fired. What happened there?
This is how Izzy imagined it, right? It's like, that's my boy. That's my. You get him, Tyrese. No.
No, I actually
Turn
had
around.
Turn
around.
I had it as an accidental recording, and his dad was like, "Well, I'm just gonna keep it."
I was like, all right, it's time to watch Back to the Future 2.
Oh,
Wait a
God.
second. This isn't Back to the Future 2.
Here's
Who burned over my DVD?
Oddly enough, the one person where it was like a split second where I was like, "Wait a second, that couldn't possibly be true," or he couldn't possibly have answered it that casually, was Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant doesn't share this type of stuff. He would have. He was just like, "Yeah, 13," and I was like, "Wait a second," but then. The way my heart dropped when they got to Bam. And Bam said 11, and I was like, oh, Bam.
Sex crimes.
And then,
Clutching your pearls.
And then the follow-up, if I had pearls, so clutched. The follow-up was really where it should have gotten me. The follow-up on Bam being, how tall were you when you were 11 ounces? Like, that's not my follow-up question, but whatever. And, yeah. The question was, how old were you when you first dunked? And when you hear that, you realize how stupid I feel. But I honestly, I wanted that moment. I want to be able to be fooled. I wanted that clutching pearls moment from Bam. And I was like, I'm glad that I got faked out there because it was totally worth it. Now I just have to tell my sister that that's not real.
So 2 things. Number 1, again, the number of answers that were just like, this doesn't fit for the question posted, right?
Or does it?
Number 2, the fact that when you listen to the beginning of the video, it's clearly a dub over, right? It's complete different
How
sound
is that
quality.
Clear?
It's very clear.
When you're on the toilet and you don't have headphones in. How is that clear?
Okay, maybe without cans.
A little
on.
echoey in the bathroom.
It all sounds the same.
But number 3, again, the number of lines in there: 2 hands, 2 feet. Loud day on campus. My dad has tape of
The
it.
loud day on campus might have slipped past
I'll tell you
my
the
ears.
one that sold me for a second. Was when Embiid said 17, and the other guy says he's a late starter.
Yeah, he's a late
and
starter.
2
hands,
2 feet. 2 hands, 2 feet. I was like, how is this happening?
No, you guys have that as a pose that I was thinking he was 2 hands,
Yes,
2 feet, and
that's
thrusting
exactly.
like that. I mean, it's obvious to me. It's like counting how old he was. He needs both hands and both feet.
That would
to
have
say he was
never
19.
crossed my mind, counting with hands and toes on how old I was.
It's really, in terms of the brilliance of the video, what Izzy described is exactly what the ball sacks and the centels are going for. It's like, it can't just be fake. It has to be fake, but something that you would believe to be real. Right? The idea that Steph Curry wouldn't lose his virginity till he got to Davidson.
And the way he said it, like he was ashamed in his face.
Yeah.
He was like 19. It was crazy.
You want to believe, right? Like the X-Files. I want to believe, right? The other thing is, it's perfect. Like, this is one of the best viral videos because this person watched the video and said, I'm just going to dub one line in there. And then let the rest of the video do the work. It is brilliant. As opposed to, I don't know if you guys have been seeing the deepfakes that happen. It's like, it'll be like a Draymond Green press conference and he'll say outlandish stuff. Yeah. And guess what, guys? I found out how to suss out a deepfake.
The teeth?
No. It's the voice. The voice has no intonation. It is always at the same kind of thing. Yeah, and then I slapped him and I slapped his mom, and that's how I feel. And it sounds exactly like them, but it's like, there's never any inflections or anything like that. So I figured out how to avoid being deepfaked. It's just to talk wildly and then go quiet. That's why Stephen A. Smith talks the way he does. Because that way he can't get deepfaked.
The GOAT.
It's brilliant. It's a brilliant tell. I'm telling you.
So you're saying Stephen A. was ahead of the game.
He was ahead of the game.
AI. He was
Ahead
like,
of
wait
AI.
till AI gets here. I got something for him.
He was like the bad guy in Madam Web, saying like, one day they're going to figure out the technology how to find people, and when they do, I'll find these people and kill them first.
Everyone gets the reference.
I mean, I was about to say Madam Web.
Madam Web.
A huge box office smash.
Hey, man.
Critical acclaim.
What?
But it was like a
File.
You filed that?
I filed Madam Web, yeah.
I didn't finish it.
I don't like Dakota Johnson is what I found out.
Yeah, same.
She's a little smug. I don't like her
A
smugness.
little. Yeah, that's her thing. But there were more problems than just Dakota
Were
Johnson.
there?
Yeah. Were you reminded enough that it was like about 20 years ago in that film? I don't think there were enough pop culture references to establish that.
I thought that was
What'd you
a
think of Idol
Charlotte's Web
last night?
sequel.
Of who?
What'd you think of Idol last night?
Idol?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's all the thing. You threw me off because I'm like, is it Idol on? Like Lionel Richie is one of the guest hosts, or not even the guest hosts. He's one of the hosts.
Yeah.
It's Lionel Richie and who else?
Luke Bryan, Katy Perry.
Carrie Underwood.
Oh, really?
You guys are
Katy
locked
Perry's
in,
off?
dude. Damn.
Carrie Underwood's back now.
Because Katy Perry's touring.
I guess.
You know who's opening up for
now you don't
Katy
know?
Perry?
Even I'm not. No, hold
you
on.
don't know?
I was more.
You don't know
in-
Katy Perry's tour schedule?
Unfortunately, well, I know that Rebecca Black is joining her on tour.
It's Friday.
Yeah,
Let's
it is
open
Friday.
it.
She's opening.
Which
Wow.
is,
And
shows
and
where the tour is at.
Dude, they stapled her to the tour to move units.
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Would you spend? Juju, put it on the poll. Would you spend money to go watch Rebecca Black live in concert?
She did a boiler room set,
How much
too.
money? If I can get like a cheapish, like $30,
Well, what are they playing? What kind of venues are they playing?
I would imagine they're playing.
What kind
big
of venues
venues.
do you think they're playing?
Yeah, for Katy Perry, I
Stadium?
would imagine they're big.
Stadium
I
status.
would think it's arenas.
I think Kaseya, right?
That's pretty big.
that I would
Arenas?
probably
yeah, but it's
pay
struggling
for.
to sell.
Well, that makes sense. Like, I mean,
By the way, Barry Bonds led Major League Baseball in walks in 2007 as a 42-year-old. He had 132 walks. Aaron Judge last year in one of the historically great seasons of all time in the middle of his prime, 133 walks.
dog.
People forget he's
People
good.
forget.
People forget how good
forget.
Aaron Judge is.
People forget how good Katy Perry was. She got a catalog.
2008
I
and
like
9,
her bag is
nobody
crazy.
better.
Her catalog is incredible.
Yeah, I liked her Super Bowl performance.
Teenage
too.
Dream, great album.
Killer.
I'm gonna tell you, man. It's like sometimes I always have these realizations late, like Jeremy realizing that Barry Bonds was actually a pretty good baseball player. That sometimes, like I remember, years ago. I went to Migos opening for Drake, and I was like,
So you went to a Drake.
I went to a Drake concert. Okay. But like they were like Migos is opening. I'm like, all right, what are they gonna do? Like Bad and Bougie and keep it moving. And then like they started like an hour and a half late. Which, by the way,
That's showbiz, baby.
The union fines for being
they pulled that stuff at Lollapalooza.
the overages out the wazoo.
Really
Wow, this Rebecca Black has quite the rack.
They can't. What?
I've never seen her before.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she was a child before, so I don't.
It's also things that a straight guy can't say. I think.
Right. That's why I said it. You're welcome, guys.
You're gay?
There it is.
So
You were saying.
they go and they go song after song after song after song after song, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! I somehow didn't realize
Bangers.
And they make music.
No, but it's just like every song I knew
Is a hit.
and it is a hit, not like a deep cut or a B-side. Every song. So like, similarly, Katy Perry. I like Katy Perry. I'm not going to a Katy Perry concert. Then I started thinking about all the songs. I was like, yo, she got a lot of songs, man. She got a lot of songs. And now you're telling me people aren't going to go see Katy Perry, but they're going to go see Rebecca Black?
The people that are buying the tickets, yeah.
Oh, losers. Everything's ironic now.
That's more said.
It's just her last album like totally flopped. So
I'm not there to hear her last album.
pop music, you gotta kind of
But,
stay relevant. And the
is
only
she-
person that's been able to do that, where they just like kind of bomb in for like, hey, I've been away for 15 years, has been Cher.
But here's the thing. I think there's a difference. You're saying Katy Perry's last album flopped. I'm thinking I'm not here for Katy Perry's new music. At this point, she's a legacy act, right? She's a nostalgia act.
Aren't we not over, but aren't we not listening to as much new music anymore because people aren't listening to the radio necessarily?
So
And-
there's
or
a
is that
lot
just-
of music discovery with social media and like TikTok and whatnot. It's just like
Enter the Sandman.
she's in a weird place where she went a couple album cycles without a real huge hit. Kind of became a little bit of a joke.
Yeah, she got embarrassed recently.
Yeah.
Like her most recent singles have been trash.
You got the Dr. Luke stuff hanging over it. So
That's
if
a big part of it.
Pop music is one of those things. Rihanna's going to be able to pull it off.
No, but
because she's like one of the biggest artists of all
But
time.
she's doing it. Like to me, there's like Beyonce's doing it. She's active.
Difference between going away and coming back, you're saying, of like genuinely not releasing a record for a decade and then trying to come back and make something new.
Like Mary J. Blige. I'm not going to Mary J. Blige to go listen to her new music. I want her to like play the hits. Do Wonderwall, basically.
I'll say an artist that I actually respect. I like Carly Rae Jepsen, but she had to keep it going to keep ascending in terms of venues, and now she's a theater act.
Time out.
I don't think Mary J. Blige sang.
I know, but like that's a joke. I was doing a reference to something else. But
Doing a thing.
People forget.
People forget. Yeah, people forget about Wonderwall. Carly Rae Jepsen had another song after "Call Me Maybe."
Carly Rae
she's like a big
Jepsen's
artist.
she plays Coachella. She plays festivals. She's got a lot of respect as a songwriter and as a music artist. She puts out good music.
I'm not here with the songwriter.
She did
I don't
you often
trust
don't know like what she's writing. Like,
I don't trust it. Like that's what they do. They be like, "Oh, you like that huge hit song? I wrote that." Like, okay, I'm gonna take
How
your
about
word
you
for
sing it?
Yeah, number one, it was so great, and you're a singer. Why did you make it a hit? Why did you give it to someone else?
well,
Number
look,
one.
I'll give you an example of where it's a great singer that wrote a song
Mm-hmm.
and just someone was such a star, not even a better voice, but it just took it next level. And we'll use the recent example of Rihanna. Sia wrote Shine Bright Like a Diamond.
Yeah. Guess what? You know why?
But Sia's got a better voice
No, she doesn't.
than Rihanna.
What?
Come on, dude.
Isn't the
What?
dream's
Wait
a
a
quality
second, what's
artist
what?
who writes
Is
a
it-
lot for
Is
others?
the what? Like you think Rihanna has a better voice than Sia?
No.
Okay.
No, I
good.
agree with you, Mike.
No, Sia's got like an all-time voice. All-time voice.
She just wails. That's what she does.
Excuse me?
Isn't she
Sia?
bulletproof, right? Isn't she bulletproof?
No, that's LaRue.
Ah, it's the same shit, man. Hey guys, let's talk about hoops.
It is most
What are we doing?
definitely.
Finally.
Man, I really thought that you wanted to keep talking about like female pop stars from 2009.
Yeah. Well, you didn't buy a ticket, so we're not going to.
Katy
do that.
Perry, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift continues to make music, all
Yeah,
popular
no,
at the
she-
same time.
No, yeah, that's to me. There's two piles. There's two piles. There's a pile where like I'm still doing this shit, and there's a pile like remember when I had the biggest hit in the world? Katy Perry's in the second
She
pile.
is.
Yes.
But it's difficult for a woman in that age range in pop music to embrace the fact that she is now a nostalgia act.
Well, Lady Gaga, by the way, is the perfect example here of she was gigantic,
Yeah.
has remained popular in terms of pop culture, but her music, people really did not like go crazy for the last couple of albums, but now she just released a new album that sounds a lot like the stuff she was making 15 years ago.
that's-
and that was the perfect play because she's playing to the nostalgia of the beginning of
Back
her
to the
career
future.
while making new music and took the time off to act, which is sort of similar, like to what Justin Timberlake did between Future Sex Love Sounds and then the 2020 experience, that same type of thing.
Hey, lady, it's your cousin, Sissy Gaga. You know that new song you've been looking for? Well, listen to this. And she plays her old music back to her. She's like, oh, snap, this is going to be the future right here.
Can we play a banger from 20 years ago?
Sissy
Roy,
Gaga.
can you hit the stat of the week? Stat of the day?
Stat of the week.
Stat of the week.
Start of the day.
So it happens
Start of the
once a
day.
week.
It is the start of the day.
It's a short one.
Start of the day. Start of the day. It is the start of the day. Start of the day. Start of the day. It is the start of the day. Start of the day. Start of the day. It is the start of the day.
Stat of the day is brought to you by NYX Professional Makeup. Shop now at NYXCosmetics.com or a retailer near you.
You know what? Do we have a Venmo read, too? Because I'm going to find myself here. That's got to be $10, right, for calling it Stat of the Week. It's like I've never listened to this freaking show a day of my life. Like a
week of your
I'm
life.
sending $10.
People
Go ahead,
forget.
Jeremy.
People forget.
I forget.
The Minnesota Timberwolves are 11-0 in the last 11 games that Julius Randle has played.
Naturally.
So is he good or bad?
Is he better than Gobert, and what does that mean?
I got two of those guys that I don't know. I thought Julius Randle was bad.
Situationally.
So if you put a situational guy next to another situational guy,
Wait,
they've had
in the
11
right-
straight situations where like this really works.
In the right situation, it would be amazing.
You know what the situation where they're not good is? The playoffs.
But they eliminated the Nuggets last year. They made it to the Western Conference Finals. So like that really confused me because I was all on, okay, we'll find out about the T-Wolves here. And then I found out about the T-Wolves and they're pretty freaking great.
Well, as you bring up the T-Wolves and getting to the conference finals, it brings up a very important time in my life every year, which is right, like shortly after the All-Star break, but before the playoffs, I've got to start booking hotels for the finals. Because if you wait until we figure out what the finals matchup is going to be, they're either all sold out and you got to stay 20 minutes out of town, like me and Tony at Cleveland All-Star, or the hotels are like $900 a night. And so I've got a list here, guys, of cities that I deem to be finals worthy.
Is it top 5?
This is not a top 5 because I got way more than 5, and I don't know.
Wow,
you know what?
way more than 5.
Way more than 5 cities.
Wow.
Way more than 5 cities.
Does that mean I'm going to have to crash with you because I haven't booked anything?
See, there you go. You better start now. You still got time. You still got time. I'm going to run through these, but I'm going to start from most obvious to least obvious. Number 1, Cleveland.
Wow.
Look, it's the Eastern Conference, and also Cleveland's a smaller town. There's a handful of hotels, as we know, Tony.
You don't want to stay in Independence,
We don't
Ohio.
want to stay in Independence again. So went in there, got my Cleveland hotels all booked up, great rates. Number 2, Oklahoma City.
Another small town.
Perhaps the smallest town on this list, or maybe not. Stay tuned. Number 3, and this one always has expensive prices no matter what, Boston.
People like going.
Boston that time of year, very popular. Very popular. During the 2022 finals, I actually did not book a Game 6 because I thought it would be over in 5. And so when Game 6 happened, every hotel was either sold out or legit $1,800 a night. And I'm talking about like for the Courtyard downtown, not for like the Ritz or anything like that. I ended up staying at a Courtyard that wasn't far. I was like, great. And it was like South End. And I was like, but it's gentrified. It'll be fine. And guess what I found out on that day, guys? Southeast still hasn't been gentrified in some places.
No kidding.
Oh, they were like, and it was.
And it let you know.
I walked into Dunkin' Donuts, and it was like record scratch, and everyone, bloop, and we turned around and looked at me. I'm like, it's okay, just picking up a mobile order. And then kept it moving. Number 4, as much as it kills me to say this, Los Angeles.
Really? No.
I don't think they're going to make the finals, but if they do make the finals and I wait to book my hotel, I'm going to be staying like by the airport.
Don't know what to make of them yet.
I know it. They're
Well,
not
you're
gonna
going
make
from most obvious to least obvious, and you've got the Lakers at number 4 right behind Boston.
Yeah.
That means you think they are a top 4 potential team
You know what?
to make the finals.
That's a good point. Number 4 is not Lakers.
You were thinking of just geographically what would be hardest to get hotel rooms if you needed
He could
to
have been
get
bullish
them.
on the Clippers,
But
too.
also the chance of happening, right? I'll give you an example of someone who's not on the list. Houston's not on the list. Houston's not on the list. Houston, big sprawling city. Geographically, if I don't get one of those hotels downtown, I'm screwed. But I'm saying, guess what? Not going to happen.
Tony, is this the hoops talk you were hoping for?
Yeah, slightly.
It's an
We're doing
Get
something.
an insight here.
We're doing some sort of hoops.
Okay, so number 4 actually should have been Denver. I don't give a shit who they lost to. I don't give a shit how many people left. As long as that big Serbian, somebody is out there, they got a good chance.
Unless they run into Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, the good one, the situational one.
The situational one.
Over 7 games?
Number 5. Now I'm getting to Lakers. Number 6.
It's a 2-for-1 though. Clippers can get hot.
Exactly. True. They were hot the other night. Zubac, the next coming of Shaq. Number 6, and this one, pretty controversial. Memphis.
Whoa. Over
a lot of other teams.
Over a lot of other teams.
Over the Bay?
Well, hold on.
No, but it's just like
he's doing a thing.
I know he's doing a thing, but
Grind
Memphis,
City.
God chose Memphis.
Memphis, because A, they're really good, but B, there's like 2 hotels. There are 2 hotels in Memphis.
Yeah.
There are 2 of them.
Did you also say at the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid? I think they might have some rooms there.
I'm not staying at the
Isn't
Bass Pro Shop.
that one of the world's largest pyramids?
Yes.
I think it is.
It is. Number 7. Now I'm getting to the Bay. Because they have hotel options.
You can stay in Sausalito, too.
They've got a lot of hotel options.
Sausalito's beautiful this time of year.
Number 8, Milwaukee.
The AC downtown.
Yep. Me and Tony. Me
Next
and
to the
Tony's have
Fiserv
adventures.
Forum.
And number 9, and I put him at number 9 just to piss people off, the Knicks.
You really have the Lakers ahead of Memphis, Golden State, and even I guess the Knicks is probably on the same level.
I don't. If you ask me who's going to win the championship, I'm going to say Golden State over the Lakers.
That would be an amazing finals. It's probably going to be a first-round matchup.
I'm saying if I had to pick. And also, I've been looking for the out.
Well,
I just wanted the out. I wanted a declarative statement.
Jeremy, tell us the top 5 that you've got coming up.
Top 5 situational guys coming at you in the Big Suey.
And David Sampson play Would You Attend the Funeral?
It is everyone's new favorite game. The premiere was unreal. The feedback, incredible.
Yes.
It is time to play Would You Attend Their Funeral? As always, I am your host, Mike Ryan Ruiz. I am joined by Dan Le Batard and David Sampson, our contestants. The game is pretty easy. I throw out a name and I find out whether the contestant would attend their funeral. That's pretty it. It is dark, but isn't this music happy? First up on today's edition of Would You Attend Their Funeral, Dan Le Batard. Dan, first off, how you doing today? Nice to meet you. It says here you're a sports writer from Miami. That's a fun job, isn't it?
Avid river rafter.
Dan,
he actually did write something recently. That was pretty good, Dan.
Thank you,
We'll get to David in a second. Dan, would you attend Mitch Albom's funeral?
Oh, wow.
Detroit, too, probably.
Well,
yeah.
This is why this game is...
You're allowed one follow-up, and only if that question is a funeral in Detroit, to which I say yes.
This is one of the many reasons why this is the greatest game show ever invented. And it's unfair that Mike knows me this way.
Sounds like a no.
Because he's just picking people who are like right on the line of where it is.
That's the point of the game.
That's the beauty of the game.
But you've got to pick these people well, is my
Mitch
point.
Albom.
Ricky Williams wouldn't be fun.
He's not making it easy to say yes or no, but the answer to your question is yes, I would. I very much admire Mitch Albom.
I'm sorry, that's an incorrect answer. We had it as you wouldn't. All right, so moving over to David Sampson. David, it says here you're a former team president of a Major League Baseball team that actually won a World Series. That must have been fun.
It didn't suck.
All right. Your question. Ricky Nolasco.
Oh, wow.
Would you attend Ricky Nolasco's funeral?
That is a tough one, man.
So Ricky Nolasco,
he's listening to this too, by the way.
He will give you a 4.5, 5 ERA for 15 years of throwing slop balls up there.
True.
No, he was much better than that.
To give
That's
you a peek,
totally incorrect.
Not at the end, he wasn't. The last.
Oh, he was.
Well,
he's one of like the all-time leaders in Marlins history.
No, but like the last 7 years.
Not true. Not true.
I got to go look it up.
At all.
You had him having 7 bad years as a Marlin?
No, I have him having 7 years at the end of his career where his ERA is between 4.5 and 5. Between 4
that's
and
most
5.
starting pitchers in Major League Baseball.
Well, no, Dan is right. Yeah, it's mid-5s, mid-6s the last 6 or 7 years. Yeah, David, I'm looking at it. Yes.
He was mid-6s the last 7 years of his career.
I said mid-5s, mid-6s last,
Not sure how he
6 or
stayed
7
up that
years.
long.
Yeah.
But would you go to his funeral?
Peek behind the curtain. This question was almost for Dan, given that they were neighbors at one point. But
today on Because Miami, a schmear campaign at a local bagel joint. The tech hub real estate hustle is finally going bust, as I predicted on this very show years ago. And everybody is getting deported because in Miami, we don't recycle our trash, we re-elect it.
If you put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show with Stugotz is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Champagne going in, sewage coming out. On the screens over here, there was a commercial break.
That was so awkward.
What was awkward?
Let's sit in it.
Let's put that in the club.
What was?
Your dismount, like your own laugh at your own joke, a champagne joke.
Oh, you know what? I wasn't even laughing.
You were left on an island, and you're like, no, I'm not going to be here by myself.
Yeah,
My own laugh is going to follow me.
You know what's funny? You know who I'm most disappointed in? You.
Yeah, I understand.
Why? Explain to the people why.
I understand. I wasn't there to support you.
Why did I want your support?
Because it's a line that I should know.
Exactly.
What movie is it from?
It's from the major motion picture Cocktail.
People forget.
People forget that they did a Cinephobe episode.
Tom Cruise, pretty good actor.
The TV screen here had a commercial going for the Cadbury cream eggs.
Oh, we're still doing that.
It's the same commercial, Roy, since 1994.
Yeah.
Where all the animals are auditioning to be the next bunny for Cadbury.
Yeah, the lion.
They haven't changed it. They just run it back every year.
Wow.
Like the M&M's commercial.
Like the M&M's. They
Christmas.
do exist. He does exist, and they both faint.
I would watch a Where Are They Now from those animals. Probably all dead.
They're all
But
dead.
if there's
What are you
one or
talking-
two that are still around, that used to be the one food, like the annual food that comes around every year that I would just absolutely like love, and I was so excited. I didn't care what time of year it was. I just wanted those Cadbury eggs. They're so good.
This is my favorite origin story. Izzy Gutierrez, former fat kid. That comes out in little glimpses like that Cadbury egg. Man.
There he is.
So fat.
Just I got you every Easter just coming through like.
The crazy part about me being a fat kid is I was also a very skinny kid. Like when I was like from, 8, 9, 10, 11, I was like a toothpick. And then my parents sent me to the Dominican Republic for 3 weeks. I went to this resort that had food at all hours of the day, and I came back, and my mom didn't recognize me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to lean into this.
3 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks is all it took.
I gained so much weight, and then I just kept going from there. By the time I got to 8th grade, I was, plus 200 something, and.
Wow.
Is that the betting odds on DraftKings Sportsbook? Or?
No, that's actually how much I weighed.
You
plus
did not weigh
over 200.
You did not weigh 200 pounds.
Yeah,
As an
go ahead
8th
and talk, 'cause
grader?
I'm going to go find a show.
As an 8th grader?
Yeah.
200 pounds? I don't think you
find a
guys
picture.
understand what 200 pounds is. 200 pounds is like, I'm trying to think, like, Steph Curry might be like a shade over 200 pounds.
I was 200 plus.
He's
mind you. I wasn't
197.7.
just
Oh,
200.
there you go. He knows it by the fraction, by the decimal. Now, like 200 pounds? How tall were you? You're not that tall right now.
I was about 5'9", 5'8".
Oh, wow.
I think I like when I got measured for football in 10th grade, I was 5'9"3/4" with no shoes.
And the weight was?
I don't remember.
Jesus.
In 10th grade, I was probably hovering right around 200. Yeah.
I just like the idea of like a buffet, and then people say, "Don't look now, here comes Izzy."
Oh, don't look now.
Yeah.
Don't look now. Hold on. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, good.
That's a good
thing you
segue
said
right there.
something. Hold on.
Right.
Come on,
Guys got to get ready. Sorry. Didn't see that coming.
It's time for a new game. Don't look now.
Hey, don't look now. But it's presented by Smirnoff, the world's #1 vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Mike,
Did
can
we
you see me?
childproof the main area so Mike doesn't get hurt?
I'm
'Cause
trying.
last
Oh,
time
there
it
you
was
are.
a little dicey.
Okay, watch out. Be
Oh,
careful.
whoa. Just stepped on Taylor.
Doing here? What's that?
Taylor.
All right,
What's happening?
boys, don't look now. Izzy, I see you looking. Stop looking.
I'm looking for a photo. Go
Don't.
ahead.
I told you to
What
not
are you
look.
looking at?
Yeah, you can't even
How
see
can
it.
you see?
Because I feel.
Yeah,
I'm like
you feel
Daredevil.
me looking,
Also,
yeah.
Izzy, just so that you're rest assured, Mike is being childproofed as we speak by Taylor.
Okay, great.
Taylor is literally
Whose hand
taping
is
him
this?
to
Mike,
a
stay
chair.
strong, buddy. All right, boys, don't look now. Gardner Minshew is a Chief.
Whoa!
Hey, how do we like that?
I like it, man.
Just in case, Pat, something happened with
I'm not
Patrick
supposed
Mahomes.
to look, but if I were to look, I could imagine Gardner Minshew out there running around and trying to make big plays, kind of like Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Tony, I must admit, Gardner Minshew seems to me like a guy who's good for the vibes.
Oh, great for the vibes.
Right?
Guy's
Yeah.
an A1. He's that all-pro vibes guy. Him, Baker. We should make an all-pro vibes list.
Tough Super Bowl loss. The vibes are down. You need someone to bring the vibes back up.
Exactly right. You need jean shorts. You need Creed. You need the mullet. Everybody gets back on track. By the way, talk about old face, new place.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Bosa is a Bill.
Ooh.
Wow.
Intrigued by that, boys?
A little bit. San Francisco.
Wow, brothers connection would be nice on each side of the line.
Bosa to Bosa.
But wait a second. How is this
Bosa to
protecting Mike if he's
Bosa.
just getting his arms taped to
Well, how
his
are you looking?
torso?
How do you know what's going on?
I didn't know what we could look at. Should we just
We
close
can't-
our eyes
well,
in
you-
general?
yeah, the whole point is don't look
look
now.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
don't
not
look
looking now. We're looking at you, though.
Don't look at me.
Okay.
What,
Again.
how do you know I wasn't just told?
Because,
Roy
again,
has to look. He's
I'm
got
like-
buttons to press.
I'm
Roy
like-
told me that Mike's arms are getting tight
Roy
to his
can
torso.
look. You cannot look.
Cabinet broke back here.
Oh,
How
that's
do you
what
know?
I heard. Guys, don't look now, but are we not sure that Sam Darnold's best years are behind him?
Already?
Already, after signing a $100 million deal, KOC, now going to a new offense.
Wait a second. I don't need to look at all. I knew that watching last year. I was like, oh, this is the best year he's ever going to have. It's not going to be anything like this ever again.
We all aspire to be Sam Darnold, right?
Yes.
To be like really good, not great, but really good at just the right time. and
One
get
good year. That's all you need.
wildly
Tom Brady.
compensated for it.
Rather be Tom Brady. I think Mike in a blindfold and with his arms taped to his torso would do better than dude. Where'd he go?
Seahawks.
Than dude in Seattle.
Went to
Dude
Seattle.
in Seattle.
I mean, he's got no receivers
You
anymore.
didn't know his name or his
Yeah.
He's
place
got,
of
he's got
occupation.
JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's a nice piece. They got to obviously do some, watch for maybe Cooper Kupp landing there.
Taylor's
Don't
dead.
look, but watch.
Don't look now. Taylor's dead.
Where is Taylor?
He's a corpse. Mike has just stomped him.
You guys let me know when we're ready to look again, because I'll show you a picture of.
Don't look at that picture, everybody here. Do not look at that picture.
Not yet.
Last one here for Don't Look Now. Don't look now, but the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, basically their entire defense has been gutted and is no longer there.
I saw that. I looked.
Saddened,
I looked.
Defensive line, their safety, their corner, everybody's gone.
When, because free agency is currently happening, when are we supposed to look? Because they have to replace those guys, don't they?
Howie Roseman's got to look. I don't know what's happening over here.
Hey, here's a.
Can somebody tell me what's happening?
Oh my gosh!
He broke through the tape.
It's like Frankenstein's monster, and now he's mobile.
But he's
now
not
he's
looking.
mobile.
That's not the right. Oh no.
Oh, man.
Wow. Okay.
Tony.
Yeah.
It's a good thing Taylor's under there all the
Is
time.
Howie Rosen? Is he the?
He's not looking right now, but he needs to start looking.
Is he the David Sampson of the NFL?
No, because
they won it, and now all of a sudden they're
Roseman's got
shipping
2
everything
Super Bowls to David Sampson's 1
That's
World
true.
Series.
That's a good
Plus,
point.
they didn't do a fire sale. They were getting rid of guys that probably were going to be overpaid in free agency and guys that were maybe a little bit long in the tooth.
The old sell high.
Yeah, sell
Long in
high
the tooth.
on 'em.
Wow.
Exactly
I'm still
right.
confused by this. I know I'm not looking. Trust me. I can hear tape being
Me too.
utilized,
Me
and I
too.
just don't understand why Mike has to not look and not use his arms and
Well,
legs.
the problem is that,
Painter's
that
tape,
he
too.
starts moving
Yeah.
and then he's uncontrollable. What is this? Oh, it's a foot.
If you don't tape him down, Izzy, then he starts to wreak havoc everywhere
starts
and hurts himself
rumbling
as well.
around.
Yeah.
So this is for his safety.
But he's capable of busting through the tape, as we just noticed.
Well, I think that was a momentary feat of strength. I don't think it's constant.
Very
I mean, it's Painter's tape for crying out loud.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Isn't that what the kidnappers use?
Yeah. That was Don't Look Now.
Oh, all right. That's Don't Look Now. It's brought to you by Smirnoff. Right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Like that, you put that one in the club because that time, zero confidence.
You can't put the Smirnoff Reed in the Cuervo Club.
I walked.
Just the
Different
right.
alcohols, dude.
I walked off the cliff like Indiana Jones, and I was like, I don't know if there's a step here.
Yeah.
And guess what?
There was.
There was.
Yeah.
Leap of faith.
I don't
Leap
think.
of
I
faith.
think Mike just took a leap of pain. I believe he's on the floor now.
Mike, you can look now. Someone tell Mike he can look now.
Mike, you can look.
Mike, you can look now.
Yeah, you just found out about Minshew.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Cade Cunningham. What was that?
Go. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
No, look. Tony believes that I'm standing under a 9-foot basket right now, not looking in his direction, because he needs to dunk on me so badly because
Could be
of
10
something
feet.
I
It could be
said.
10 feet. It could be 10 feet. Could be 10 feet.
Really?
It could be 10 feet.
We're gonna have to see video
my
evidence.
ankles
of
bother
that
me a
one.
little bit, but it could be 10 feet.
When's your birthday, Tony?
Already putting the new
July
excuse.
25th.
Joe,
was
we
it
still got
spring?
till July. We
Okay.
still got till July.
July 25th, I will have a video for you.
I mean, I'm not standing under a 10-foot rim for you to dunk on me because I don't think you could do it. But there was a take that I had. It wasn't even a real take. It was something that I just spit out when I was guesting on Oddball one time before I was co-host. And Tony, do you have video of it? or do
We've
you
got
just
video. I'm
want-
glad you asked.
Really?
We do absolutely have
I did
video
not
of
know
it.
this.
This is from October, I want to say 20-something. So the season had just kind of started getting underway. We were just getting ready for things to start.
Mike's
going.
trying to
Fixing
fix the cabinet he
yeah.
broke. Yeah. It's
Oh,
not-
no.
He's looking now and he's realized
This
that everything
segment is
all right.
costing us more money
throw
than it's
some
making
paint
us.
Call
Just
Robert.
tape
Where's
on it.
Robert? Is he here? No, I don't think Robert is here.
Kirk?
Let's play the video of where you can see Izzy kind of dismiss something that was said that obviously real Hoopers knew at the time, and now real Hoopers know now. Keep an eye on the Pistons this year. Keep a little eye on
As
the
a playing
Pistons
team,
this
just
year.
a little eye.
Keep an eye. Cade Cunningham is special, Dan.
No,
I want
he's
you to keep an eye on Cade Cunningham and the Pistons
No,
this
he's
year.
not, says Izzy.
No, he's not. I had
Okay.
this. I put this in the group chat last season. I said, Cade Cunningham, he's all right. He is not special. He doesn't have. I don't think he has the athleticism to be special. I don't think he has the shot making to be special. I think he's a good lead guard. Might make an all-star game, but I don't think he is a number one on a team that's gonna do much of anything.
We'll see.
Talk me off of that because I still believe that.
All right,
Tony.
dude, hold on now. I know what you're doing. I know you because I'm a master of that ninja technique myself. where it's like, I'm going to take the semantics of what I said. So now he's going to make it's about championships.
Yes.
No,
But at the time,
it's about being the number one player on a great team.
Whoa. Is that not wow, this whole table shook. Is that not literally what I said? He can't be the number one guy on a team that's going to do a whole lot of. Is that not literally what I said?
He said keep an eye on them to basically make the playoffs.
No, he said he's special. I said he's
Yeah,
not special,
but he said-
but that's a different semantics game. Like
said-
your definition of special is different than mine. I still don't think he's special. I think he's a nice player.
He said keep an eye on them, and you said keep a little eye. Like it's
Yes.
like don't keep an eye.
I mean,
on
a
them.
6
How
seed
big
is
of
a
an
little
eye?
eye.
Thank you. How
That's
big of an
not
eye
a
do
lot.
you keep on a
They
6
were
seed?
the worst team in the league last year.
That's really cool.
That's a massive improvement.
Correct.
And he's
keep
been
a small
central.
eye on them. Like if you would have kept a big eye on them, you would have missed the Luka trade.
Sure, okay, but he's 26, 6, and 9.
Sure. How many turnovers?
He's also, he's second in the league in turnovers.
Don't,
behind
don't
Trae
look
Young.
at that.
Everything
Do not
I
say
said
that.
Don't look
now.
Don't look now. Don't
Mike,
look-
no,
Oh my
no,
God,
no,
back in here.
Stop it.
Don't look
Taylor.
now.
Oh, he's
Thank
dead.
you.
I forgot.
Thank you.
You know what? Let's not look at
Thank
last
you.
night either when they lost to the Wizards.
Stop saying don't look.
Yeah, but it triggers him,
And
please.
he got blocked on a game winner.
Okay, again.
Don't
Don't look
damn
at
it.
that.
Don't
Now.
look at his numbers from last year where, yes, I understand he was on a worse team with a worse coach.
Okay.
But if you are special,
He's good. You're
you elevate above those guys. You don't look as bad as
But
he
what
did
has he
at certain
done this
times.
entire year? Elevate and brought all those guys with him.
No, the guys
and
are
they're in
better. The
playoff
coach is
chase.
better. Look, I mean, don't look. Because what you're going to see.
Don't say that,
What you're
please.
going to see. Watch. Don't look until we
What are
get
you doing?
Don't look, Mike.
Stop using those
until we
words.
get to the playoffs. When we get to the
They're
playoffs,
gonna be
then you
flooded
can look. Then you can look, and you'll see a guy who can be schemed against. You'll see a guy who's again not the number one guy on a team that's going to do a whole heck of a lot of winning. A number two guy, that team's going to win a damn championship at some point, potentially. But number one guy. And to me, that's not special. Like, what makes him special as a point guard potentially is his size. His size makes him, he can do some
How about
things.
his shot making ability?
He can make some shots. But look, there's a lot of guys in the league. Put him in that
How about
role, they could put those numbers
athleticism?
up. It's not that great. It's not.
To Izzy's defense last
He's a
night,
little
if
more
I want to just boost
we're
up
doing
your
last night.
argument
We're
just
doing
for
last
fun.
night arguments.
Yep,
Okay.
last night, 9
Last
for
night.
25, 0 for 7 from 3, 4 turnovers, and a loss to the Washington Wizards.
Nobody
A
wants
lot
to.
of free throws, though.
Nobody wants to hear this. Since trading
Cover
Kyle
your ears too, Mike.
Yes, don't hear it now. Nobody wants to hear this. That's a different segment. Nobody wants to hear this. But since trading Kyle Kuzma, the Wizards are way better.
Way better.
They're way better.
Why doesn't people in DC want to hear that?
They're damn near 500. Look it up.
He had a putback slam on his own little Miss J last night, by the way, Kyle Kuzma did.
There is something funny, Tony, with the Pistons.
I think it was his only
because
make of the night, too.
Next,
He hit a three.
Next week, the Pistons have now just had a nationally televised game added to their schedule. And that's here in Miami against the Heat next Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
Now we know
Poor decision. By
we
the way.
know that more likely than
might
not,
be approaching some
ESPN is
knickknacks.
not deciding to put that game on the air because of the Heat. That's more of a Pistons thing.
Yeah.
And when I saw that announced, I couldn't help but think, is this in response to Shaq saying he doesn't watch the Pistons and everyone saying they need to be on more nationally televised games as a result? Because they're having this fun season. Everyone starts talking about them, realizing some of the most important voices in the game haven't even watched them. And yet, here we are.
I
Now,
would love to
all
believe
of a
that.
sudden.
I would love to believe that ESPN was strictly trolling Shaq. If you look at the scheduled flex potential, there wasn't really a lot of other
Yeah,
games
this
in
is
that time
instead of
slot.
Pelicans Grizzlies.
Right.
Ew. Actually, that's not a bad game.
That's what I'm saying.
This
That's a
is
better
where-
game in my
That's not a
opinion.
bad
Ja
game.
versus Zion, it's still that, fake, oh god.
Dude, Zion.
It's still the fake
bad.
sort of
Zion's playing well.
draft
pretty
year
good.
war, right? Who's actually better between those two?
We're not.
He got to the
We're
bubble.
looking.
Start
Roy,
looking.
you're allowed to
We're
look.
good,
You
we're
can
good, we're
stop.
good.
No, Mike, don't look.
Mike. No, Mike, look. That's him not looking is what got us here.
Is this Cade Cunningham related or no? Okay.
The Wizards are 5-10 since the trade deadline, and I know you're saying, that's not great. Yeah,
So much better
they
than
had
they were.
9 wins.
They were the worst team in the
Yeah.
league.
They had 9 wins before.
By the
that.
way, I don't want to sound like a hater. And
Just
this is- I
don't say
think-
the word
I
look,
think
please.
this is why. Well, let's not look.
Don't
because
say the guy.
If you don't look now, then
he
you
said let's
won't
not look.
see me as a hater. Right? And I don't think I'm a hater. I just want to tell people my opinion hasn't changed on Cade Cunningham despite this great season.
Yes, but we can all capitulate, you mostly. Everybody can capitulate on you laughing me almost out of the room saying that the Pistons were going to keep an eye on the Pistons this year.
That is not laughing you out of the room. Laughing you out of the room is saying, no, close both eyes, don't look, the way Mike's doing. What you're supposed to do. I said keep a small eye. And the 6th seed. Who's the 6th seed out west right now? Is it Houston? Yes. If I would have told you at the beginning of the season, keep a small eye on Houston, would
Golden State up to 6.
I mean, if let's say Houston. If I would have told you keep a small eye on Houston, would that have been an insult? Nah, it's a team that you should keep an eye on.
Again, another team that was bad last year.
Yeah.
Mike is now outside where people are working. Izzy, this is all on you.
It's not. Really.
It's all Tony's fault. Izzy, it's like the Family Guy episode where someone says, "Hey, have you heard the word?" Don't ask him what the word is. Oh, there it is. He just crashed.
God, Dick Van Dyke over here. Oh no.
That's the same pratfall he took last time, but he did it better this time. I think.
Yeah, last time he hurt himself.
Took a dive. Yeah, he took a dive last time.
Okay.
All we have to do is say
took a bump.
Cade Cunningham is going to be comeback player of the year. He's already, I think, odds on favorite.
That award?
We don't have an award. They stopped giving that award because it kept going to people who come back from drug rehab.
Yeah.
So
no, it's a wrestling term. He took a bump.
No, comeback.
No.
Comeback
player
of the year.
Oh, comeback. I'm sorry.
Just like that. They used to have an all-interview team, which I think they should bring back, the all-interview team, because it'll encourage people to do interviews, damn it.
Yeah. Speaking of all of this.
Mike, you can look now.
Yeah, Mike, you can look because I want to talk about.
We're good, Mike.
I want to talk about tennis, Mike. Mike, can we talk about tennis? No, he's eating a bagel now.
Out of Ethan's hands.
Yeah. I'm uncomfortable with all this. I do blame you again, Izzy.
But why?
Because you kept using the 2 words you can't
use.
You can have that same conversation. Just don't use those 2 words.
It's a sponsored segment.
Not anymore.
It says right there.
They stop.
Don't look now.
Said it. He just walked in. You said it.
I'm only.
God.
Izzy, it's not a sponsored segment anymore because the liability. They don't want the insurance is too high now.
The implications.
I don't think that's true.
By the way, not comeback player of the year, but most improved player of the year. He's odds-on favorite to win.
Is he odds-on favorite?
Tyler's second or third, right?
Yeah.
I hate
because he's not the most improved player. He's on a team with better teammates and a better coach. That's what makes him better.
By the way, Dyson Daniels second.
So good. He should be most improved player.
Dyson Daniels, I put it over there.
Depoy too.
That dude would lock Cade up
Depoy.
Or down. Is it
Who's
lock him
won?
up or lock him down?
Lock him down.
Who's won?
Lock him up. For Depoy?
Yeah.
Right now is Evan Mobley.
Oh.
Minus 225 on DraftKings Sportsbook. Dyson Daniels plus 500. Jaren Jackson Jr., who's obviously hurt, still plus 900 at 3. And
Bam
climbing in,
Bam
sneaking in. Draymond Green plus 900.
Ooh. Do a podcast.
Where's Bam?
Where is Bam?
Was there nothing on that bagel that was shoved in Mike's mouth? It looked very dry. You should be careful. You could choke.
Bam is actually behind Lou Dort, who's plus 1,500. Shea, who's plus 3,500. Zubats, who's plus 10,000. Jalen Williams, plus 15,000.
Which one?
J-Dub. And then Bam is plus 15,000.
15,000. That's
plus
insane. I just saw an article that said he might be top 2, and he's actually 15,000. Mike, come on back here. You can look now, because I want to make everybody stare at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for a second. This is a good topic for you, Tony. You want to talk hoop, all right? Shai, I will tell you, I will admit to you, he's special. That guy can be the number one.
Yes, he's special.
I don't believe I'm saying anything crazy here. It can be the number one on a team that wins a championship. I just want to know what people's likability, what they actually think of him. Is he a guy? Because the reason this came up in my head was when, if ever, will Shai get embraced? When will America like Shai? Will it have to be him winning finals MVP? And I thought to myself, no. It's not going to happen. If it was going to happen, it would have happened already, the same way it's with Anthony Edwards or, whenever Zion Williamson plays. People love him. People don't love Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and I'm trying to figure out why. And to me...
I think he's pretty funny.
You think he's funny? Yeah. Oh, that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That guy.
Different guy.
Different. You can put your...
Different guy.
Don't look, because we're just...
Jesus Christ.
I mean, if you're going to mistake one for the other, just don't look. How's that empanada, by the way?
It's a bagel.
Oh, see, I knew it was a bagel. I'm getting lied to constantly in my ears today. I'm just saying.
You deserve it.
Wow.
You've wrecked this show.
I've wrecked the show.
You've wrecked this show.
This segment at
by
least.
continuing a sponsored segment and telling Mike not to look now. And he's getting fed,
there we go.
By other people. This is a great bit for Mike. He gets to walk around, not look at anything, and get fed.
He just hit his face on the door.
I mean.
Are you going to explain to Cynthia later why he's got welts all over him?
Sure. What is this, like an innie-outie severance situation? I have to have a note with him and say, hey, the reason you have things on your... Look, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Why don't people like him?
Is it small market? Is it that he was with the Clippers and kind of was like
Anthony
a backup?
Edwards
and
is
then,
in a small market.
Sure, but
I
he's
know
got
why
a
I
big
don't like him.
personality. You know it?
I know why I don't like Izzy.
Oh, Izzy, yeah.
Wait, I don't want any of that
Keep saying,
bagel
you
if
know.
that's what you're doing here, Mike.
Well, guess what?
Guess what?
This is what
Don't
you
look,
invited.
Izzy, but-
This is what you courted. We're trying to tell you, you got to keep away from these trigger phrases, and you won't.
Oh, no. Is there a cream cheese?
And the cream cheese is all over
Now
his
the
face.
vegan
not
is
great.
done. There's no more veganism.
Oh,
Not
this is
great,
awful.
not
Vegan,
great.
by the
In
way.
his,
Not a great
it's in
I'm
his
supposed to
hair.
eat cream cheese.
His hair, which is also cream cheese colored, so
But
no
I
one
kind of
notices.
miss cream cheese.
Cream cheese is so good, dude.
This
Mike,
is it.
Go get me some more, Mike.
This is your
Wow, let's go.
This is your Dominican
You want a
Republic.
steak after?
This is your Dominican Republic
Watch
trip.
that LE.
3 weeks right here.
Can we put up the photo while I'm eating of fat me next to the kid from Modern Family? Because
no way.
we're pretty much the same person.
No way.
We have that?
No way.
You look like Manny.
I'm telling you.
Hold
What is
on.
his name? Manny?
Yeah, Manny.
Yeah. There it is. Look at that.
Oh no.
Who's who?
That's-
I ask you. Who is who?
Oh my God.
Hey, Mike, look
man.
for a second. For a quick second. Look where you are, and now look at the this camera. Look at the monitor.
Oh my God.
That's me on the left. That's Manny.
That's you on both.
That's you on both. Oh.
I'm legit gonna eat the rest of this. Don't look, Mike.
Don't say. Oh man. Get away! There's a camera in front of you. Turn away. Turn away.
Watch out. No.
It costs
No, no,
$100,000.
No. You're right.
You know, to Tony's defense, Cade is one of two players, along with Nikola Jokic, who's top 10 in both assists and points this year.
Wow.
So
Great number two, that guy.
like Giannis.
I don't even want to stay on this because it's like, and especially because I'm going anti-Tony.
But you've capitulated.
And Tony's the
you
one
know.
who. No, I haven't. I just put cream cheese on my face.
Refused to.
Taylor, just get him out of here, man. This is,
Taylor,
got
just
him
don't
out of
get
here.
Mike.
Yeah.
he's stuck behind the goddamn thing.
He's stuck behind the thing.
Taylor's the mic wrangler. He's got him. He's got him. He's
I
in.
just
Lasso.
don't. I just don't want to be seen as a hater.
It feels like
I am just properly putting him in his slot while everybody else. Look, I'm doing him a favor. See, if you set the expectations too high.
Oh, wow, what a pickup from Taylor.
For the audio
Body
audience,
slam.
Taylor is currently
Alabama slam
picking
coming
up
up.
Mike and walking him out of the studio. Mike was stuck behind some panels. Izzy has cream cheese all over his face. Doors are wide
Possibly
open.
egg, too.
Just painting a picture.
And also not a Cade hater. Not a Cader.
You want a napkin?
I mean, what do we got? 13 minutes? I can deal.
Okay, no, don't get that dried on your face there.
And I kind of like the smell because, like I said, I haven't eaten cream cheese in forever.
They got vegan cream cheese. You can have
That's
that.
not
It's
the
not
same.
the
Oh,
same.
yeah, now
Of
meme.
course not. Why not?
Not the same.
Why not?
But guess what? Is your meme now? So
Made out of bugs or
congratulations.
whatever.
That's a meme.
But to answer your question, is it that
Hey!
is it that Shai doesn't have a huge personality like Anthony Edwards? Is it that I understand they're both in small markets?
I have
The
answers.
AT&T Chet Holmgren commercial with Shai does not move the needle for
I have
anybody.
answers. I have answers for you. Number one, and people think it doesn't matter, but it does. He's Canadian.
Yeah.
Number two,
Waiting for that.
while a nice guy, not really bubbling on the charisma meter.
Wait, the Canadian thing. Mm-hmm. People like Steve Nash just fine.
Look, Steve Nash was MVP of the league twice, right? Like, it took a lot for Steve Nash to get to that point. You think about Steve Nash was a perennial
He had to
all-star.
win MVPs.
He was perennial all-star before winning MVPs. He wasn't like a face of the league. He was like, okay, he's an all-star. He's pretty good.
Okay.
Number three, this one's big. It's not just you play in a small market. You play in the smallest, dullest, most boring market with an organization that does not want publicity.
But that doesn't matter.
It does.
Okay.
we had KD
Kevin
and
Durant.
Russell Westbrook.
Thank you.
Again, Kevin Durant, MVP. Russell Westbrook, MVP.
But those guys were, well, not
back
Russell,
in,
but
in the year that we won and some of the groups that
Mike's
we had
in the
over years
video
that
room.
I looked at.
Get
and
him out of
it's
there.
an
Put,
incredible
lock him in the
chemistry
green room,
culture.
please.
I think
When you-
Mike might. Mike, you can look now because what you did is you just put your boy Marchand on the screen, and that's not what you want to do.
It's Florida Panther now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Mike, you can look. Come on back. I don't look. I believe in Oklahoma. Like
It's that look
you
again.
just said, I don't look. It happens. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Mike.
I finally
I'm sorry
know
to everybody.
I finally know how Dan feels.
Can't wait for that phone call.
Forgive me, but the show got away from me.
Buddy, what happened? As he kept saying,
people really liked KD before he won an MVP. Like you can be in OKC and be likable. I think it has everything to do with his game. I think it has everything to do with the fact that he sort of operates in the middle of the floor, not really like dynamic, athletic, just kind of, footwork and grace and ability, and obviously the shot making. But if people like clamor for the mid-range and what used to happen back in the day, like you're asking for 48 minutes of what Shai does. And what Shai does, again, while it can carry a team, is not like I must watch this guy play. It's not like Anthony Edwards. It's not like John Morant. It's not like Steph Curry. It's not like any of these guys. It's not like Dwayne Wade back in the day. Or even Cade.
Can I give a very weird comp for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? It's not exactly the same, but it's very similar.
John Belushi?
Interesting.
Sam Cassell.
Oh.
I don't see that at all.
I'll tell you how. It's all off rhythm, off tempo stuff, getting you with the herky jerky.
It's all ball bearings.
Unorthodox.
It is all ball bearings these days.
It's all pipes. Unorthodox, right? But also big time shot making.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I
Sam.
would say it's different is because, Shai does it with his length, and Sam was not that person. He was a 6'1", shorter shooter.
He's
guy.
smaller than
And he absolutely killed a pick and roll with Elton Brand. Like, I don't know if Shai is exactly that type of guy that makes his bigs better.
I think he does make his bigs better. I mean, I think he's absolutely incredible at that. But it's a lot about the off tempo stuff. Okay. It's what you're describing like, oh, it sounds like Sam Cassell, because all the guys you're describing are like explosive, get by guys, whatever, and this guy's doing it with footwork. He's doing it with shiftiness. He's doing it with like a level of subterfuge and craft.
But he is a 3-level scorer, right? Like he's got the 3-ball, he's got mid-range, he can get to the hoop. Like he's a very all-around player. So when you say he talks about footwork and tries to like deceive guys into playing, it almost sounds like Paul Pierce, right? Like Paul was very much like let me slow down, let me try and get something off one leg, let me do something different.
And who does Izzy hate?
The truth.
There you go.
That's why he hates Cade.
That's why people have been lying in his ears all show.
Look, or don't look, it's totally up to you. 15 years from now, Tony, let's revisit this conversation. Because I don't think at any point...
What year is it? 2025. All right.
On the 35th anniversary of the Dan Le Batard Show, when Mike is finally looking again.
The show will not...
and doing another recap of this bit right here, we can talk about Cade Cunningham again.
The show won't last that long because Mike will have destroyed the building.
Well, did he fix the cabinet, or is that still...
No, he broke it again. It was fixed. Now it's broken.
All right.
Mike, you want to talk about tennis? There you go. That's it. Hey, get him back.
You
tennis.
look now.
Indian Wells. Mike, have you ever been to Indian Wells?
Yeah, you can look, Mike. It's all good.
The fifth major?
Yes.
Subject to debate. What's a fifth major to you? Indian Wells or Miami?
No, Indian Wells, dude. I've been to both. It's Indian Wells.
What makes it more of a major?
The ambiance.
Because Miami's got more prize money.
I'll tell you what makes it more of a major. When I walk into Wimbledon, what's the venue I'm walking into? At Wimbledon.
I don't know the stadium, the hill? Murray Hill.
It was Wimbledon Stadium. When I walk into the U.S. Open, what am I walking into?
Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Right. When I walk into the French Open.
Roland Garros.
When I walk into the Australian Open.
I don't know.
It's that Melbourne tennis stadium. When I walk into the Miami Open, I'm walking into where the Dolphins and the Hurricanes play.
I think a lot of the feedback, because this has been a debate in tennis circles, is it was Miami when it was in Key Biscayne, but Hard Rock Stadium, which I think, like, having gone, I actually never experienced Key Biscayne. Ever.
Really?
Well, yeah, it's one of my great regrets, but I always thought it was just too much of a hassle as a local. And Hard Rock Stadium is just, as a campus, for the Miami Open, it's easy to get around. Like, I really enjoy the Miami Open there.
Is Indian Wells, is that the tournament that Venus and Serena stopped playing because of racist situations?
I'm learning so much.
But that's
not the French Open.
It's the one out in L.A., right?
It's in the desert.
It's in Palm Springs. It's outside of Palm Springs.
Yeah, the wind has been crazy this year.
Look, when I want to go to a tennis, I want to feel like I'm in tennis.
Yeah, understood.
And going to the Miami Open, which I've been to, it doesn't feel like tennis. It's weird. They've got risers and stuff, and I'm like, you're out of place.
Fair enough.
Whereas Indian Wells, I feel like I'm in that environment. And for anyone who's never been to tennis and you're like, I don't watch tennis, trust me, it is a top-tier sport experience to go live in person. Oh, my God.
Jeremy just said the two best words anybody can hear.
Game 7.
You're right.
Quote, the white people at Indian Wells.
To Americans.
What they've been wanting to say all along to us finally came out. Quote, N-word, stay away from here. We don't want you here.
So they
Richard
for
Williams.
14 years.
I mean, he's looking at an old version of ESPN.com right now with the yellow.
Yeah, so they boycotted for 14 years.
Like page 2?
Is that page 2?
Like look at
Bill
this. Roy,
Simmons
look
with
how
the sports
old
guy?
this. Yeah, flip it over. Look at that.
Oh, wow. It doesn't even fill the screen.
There's so many of those. There were like, I think the Bill Simmons columns where they put like a wacky
the
background
sports
so you know
guy.
this isn't
It wasn't
serious.
Bill Simmons. It was the sports guy, right?
I like Indian Wells as a viewing experience more because of the time that it airs, and it is. You're right. It's more of a proper tennis campus,
Yeah.
and even though I'm a Miami guy through and through, and I've never actually been to Indian Wells, and Miami has more prize money, I would concede that now that it is a Hard Rock Stadium, that the main stadium being more antiseptic, less of a traditional tennis
But
stadium.
you guys are talking about from the fans' perspective. The reason I asked this Venus and
From
Serena question,
a player's perspective too, I think more major players, even though like there's a lot of crossover, you probably see better quality players over at Indian Wells, where some top players.
But you
avoid
didn't see
Miami.
Venus and Serena for 14 years at Indian Wells,
It's an
and the
excellent point.
next tournament is in Miami. So I always thought, wow, Miami's the one to pay attention to. Because I mean, you watch the men in any big tournament, it's going to be the same 3 or 4 guys, right? So I'm thinking, yeah, Miami's the place to go. I get to go see Serena.
It's an excellent point, but there's been some great tennis being played, and I have a shocking observation.
Hold on, before you do that, I have an update. 10 years ago yesterday, Serena Williams returned to Indian Wells. So, boom, Izzy.
It was a 14-year
14-year
boycott.
boycott.
14-year boycott
Guess
from
what?
2001 to 2015.
And then it ended.
Not quite the boom you were expecting there, I think.
It is. It ended.
Boom.
Boom. There it is.
Where's
Boom.
Chris with a bang when we need it?
People forget.
That pain bang. What are your observations, Michael?
I have the most. I think this is a hot take.
Okay.
But I think there's a player right now who's 38 years old who's the most athletically gifted tennis player of all time.
Oh, it's
Cream
your boy.
cheese on my nose.
I think
It's your boy.
I think Gael Monfils is the most athletic tennis player to ever live.
He's fun.
He's got all the tools. He's never really put it all together. It's incredible what he's doing at 38. I mean, file that one away. I don't really know how he's doing it, but he's
still
playing
30. He's 38.
He's 38, and he's right now. You can make an argument that Alcaraz is going to be in that conversation. Djokovic was plenty athletic. I wasn't old enough to watch him play, but Yannick Noah, if I Google it, most athletic tennis players, obviously the father of Joachim Noah, so great athletic genes there. But I think Gael Monfils might be the most athletic tennis player of all time, at least on the men's side.
I mean, that's a great take. It also shows you how disappointing his career was. He should have won more.
It also shows you the era that he played in.
True.
And how great everybody else was.
But
because
I don't
if you put
remember
Gael
him
Monfils,
constantly losing just to those guys.
As a 38-year-old, like seeing how competitive he is right now, if he were in this era, if the prime of his career were in this era, he might have won a major. And by the way, like I'm not going to sleep on him for the French Open this year. I'm not. He's playing really well.
This is the part where if Dan were here, he'd ask, doesn't that make you guys want to ask questions? How a 38-year-old in a sport where
But
no one
you
ever-
guys, though.
You
Not-
guys,
not me. I'm not
I don't
asking
ask those questions.
I
got
want
a
you to
question.
ask just
Mike,
in case.
Does it have to be Alcaraz, or is this like a
It's
Uruguay
Alcaraz.
situation, or
It's
can you say Alcaraz?
You can say Alcaraz or Alcaraz.
Alcaraz.
I'm never doing the th.
Can you say Uruguay for me?
Uruguay.
That's really good. That's a good
Uruguay and Paraguay. I like saying it like that. I know it's a choice that I'm making. But check out this rally from Gael Monfils. This is from a few days ago. And this is him at 38 years old against Dimitrov. This was an amazing match. I think it was a 34-shot rally at one point here. But this is an example. And one of the Gael's nicknames is Slider Man because when he's on the clay surface, his athleticism really jumps off the screen there. But look at his range of motion, his ability to get to some of these balls at 38 years old. It would absolutely make Dan Le Batard ask, what is going on there?
Speaking of balls, the groin strength when you play at what is it, Roland Garros on the clay. Oh my God, I feel like those guys are going to strain their groin every single time.
I'm gonna tell you, I play topspin a lot. And every time I got
The old one with Carlos Moya?
Really?
I did, but now they got a new one that came out last
Yeah,
year.
yeah, I saw that.
one.
But the Dreamcast one with Jim
Oh,
Courier and
yeah.
Carlos Moya?
The one that came with...
Dude, I would skip school to play that game.
Jeremy, we teased it, so we got to go to your top 5 situational guys.
Oh, yeah. Top 5 situational guys. No OLIs in this one.
Quick correction. I'm confusing it with Virtua Tennis.
Number 5, Julius Randle. Number 4, Mike the Situation Sorrentino.
Never heard his last name before. Also never saw an episode of that show.
What? Number 3, Rudy Gobert.
2 of the best on the same team.
Number 2, Christmas. And number 1, 60-year-old Barry Bonds against right-handed pitching.
Why wouldn't the Marlins just do that?
Because people forget. They forget how good he was.
I mean, I know they already tried it, but now, seriously, just do it. 60-year-old lefties just against righties.
Don't look now, but Barry Bonds' career is still... Oh, no! Oh, no!
Get in the Hall of Fame that way.
This place is going to be a mess.